Hey, how's it going everyone? Adam here, bringing you some more SuperCard action. So today we're going to go right through LMS. We're going to show how I play it, what I do to prepare for it, and between matches, that kind of thing. Have a quick look what's in the store, and if you like the videos, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get to it. Right, so for LMS, I've been playing it a little bit. Currently up to, I think it's Arena 20, we're at rank 2414. So what I do is, we're going to head into Money in the Bank. When I run out of reveals and blockers, what I do is, I go into Money in the Bank, I use contracts for picks. If you don't have contracts, then you can do Elimination Chamber, that gives you plenty of picks. And just get more blockers and reveals, because they're going to really help you stack up your points. It slows down progression in the ranks a little bit, but what it'll do is, by the time you get to the blocker levels, like around level 63, 64, where it requires a bit of luck to get past them, and that's generally where you secure yourself the card, you'll have a high level of points getting there, rather than people that have just tried to burn through the levels to get to that point. So it takes a little bit longer, but you generally have a better rank because of it. One thing I'd say to do as well is always make sure that you're running a King of the Ring. Even if you lose the first round, it's just additional picks to help you out. And the free packs are actually the free packs actually contain the blockers and the reveals, so make sure that you're claiming them every time that you can. And use your ads for them, because you don't need the ads for LMS. There's another reveal. And another blocker. So as you can see, right, I'm in Arena 20. The reason I've got higher points than say people in 21, 22, 22 and 21 is I'm basically trying as much as I can to maximize my points per level, rather than trying to progress through the levels as quickly as possible. So that's what the contracts are for. That's what grinding outside of LMS is for these extra blockers and extra reveals. Because the early levels, you don't really need them. You can just take the hit on your life and just bank your points, but you won't have as many points in the long run. So I'll show you what I mean. Right, so this level has four obstacles. I've got 5 lives. Realistically, I can take all of them obstacles on as hits, but it will stop me from stacking me points. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to use a reveal 3 of them, and then keep my blocker on. That way, if I do hit that final one, it won't matter, and I'll be able to get as many points as possible from this level. So my ranks are going to increase at a better pace in the long run, rather than the immediate. I'm able to do pressure luck after every match to get the most points. So we'll fast forward through. So we got the most points we possibly could from that because we went outside of the mode and grinded for the reveal and the blocker. Right, so when you're grinding for the reveals and the blockers, you don't have to wait until you've got 10 out of 10. If you've got a handful of each, just jump into the match and use them. Now, if, say for instance, let's have a look, because I know sometimes they can drop a little bit unbalanced, so you can end up with loads of blockers and no reveals, or loads of reveals and no blockers. So in that instance, I'll give you an example of what you need to do. So, to get the most points, if you've got no blockers but reveals, for this, you'd want to get your obstacles down to 3. So you want to find the obstacle as quickly as possible, and then just use the reveal, and then stack all the points from that point on. If you've only got a blocker, then it's a little bit more difficult, as you need to eliminate 3 of the obstacles before you can activate the blocker and then stack all the points from that point on. But relatively, they kind of drop like one after the other when I seem to be farming them. So I normally do it like once I've got about, say, 5 out of 10 of each, then I'll jump back into LMS and then jump back into the grind. It kind of breaks it up a bit. I feel like if you try and get 10 out of 10 every time, the grind gets a bit tedious and it gets a bit boring. So it helps just break it up, doing a few LMS matches in between. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I do it, and I just continue that rotation of using reveals and blockers to block all the obstacles, stack as many points as possible, and just gradually progress through the levels. Then once I've run out of reveals and blockers, I then jump into Money in the Bank to spend contracts. I'll jump into Elimination Chamber to use picks. If you do an Elimination Chamber, an easy way to do that would be as soon as you win the match and you see that it's assigned you points to the PvP total, instead of clicking OK and going into the points, into the picks, close your app, reopen it, then do Elimination Chamber again. Once it gives you your points, close it, redo it, and it'll just stack your picks, so that way you can do like 50 at once and get a better idea of where you are. In the store, we've got the 2 ways to win. SuperCard Help did tweet out 2 ways to win silver pieces don't reset until the 31st, till the end of the month on the 31st, which we already knew. We'll be running 2 ways to win with a new set of cards in late July after summer break is over. Now that new set of cards, it could be just different summer cards repeated, but it seems like there might actually be another set of promo cards coming out for the second half of July. So like I was saying yesterday, save your credits. If you either use credits on LMS, it's fully doable, free to play, but feel free to use them. Save them for your events, your Money in the Banks, or new promo cards coming up, because the odds on the summer cards are great. Got our free packs. Pool Party's back. That is the guaranteed, 2 guaranteed summer cards at the end of it. We got our Andrade. I'd say it's not worth going through all this again if you've got the majority of your summer cards. If you haven't got any at all, then it's okay. It's about, I think it came to in total about 7,000 credits. Then we have Great American Bash, 400 credits. Elemental down to Neon, 2 superstars that were in the Great American Bash. Momentous Men, 525, 6 males, Neon to Elemental. And then the Flamingo Tube, 375 credits for 2 Flamingo Tubes. Like, the Fusion event's still going on. It's got about 6 days left. It is what it is. So I'm gonna continue the grind with LMS. I hope just showing you what I do and how I play it helps in any way. As always, stay safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.